Hey, subscribe to my channel. I love you.
Card D Kaizoku.
This video is brought to you by Adakai TCG. Shop the latest in premium holographic textured custom One Piece cards. Designed for collectors, crafted to stand out. Use code Kaizoku for 15% off your next order. This video is sponsored by gumgum.gg. See Western OP11 list and Eastern OP12 list on gumgum.gg. Updated daily. Be the first to see decks for new leaders as they emerge. With over 1,000 deck lists per set, gumgum.gg has all the top strategies as soon as they drop. This video is sponsored by Card Market, Europe's largest online marketplace for trading card games. So they've revealed 5 of the 6 leaders coming in OP13 as of yesterday, like July 11th here. Still one more leader. I think people are thinking it's going to be Emu. It's going to be an Emu leader. I forgot where I read or heard that, but yeah, I think that is what the final leader is going to be for the set. But for every other leader, I have it in my deck builder here at deckbuilder.kaizoku.com in case you guys want to brew early. I had a fun time kind of brewing on Twitter this morning too. But yeah, let's just go over each leader and then give our first impressions, and then we'll save the tier list that we usually do for when Emu is finally revealed. So yeah, do take the first impressions with a grain of salt, just because there's barely any other cards from OP13 revealed besides the leaders, right? There's like some random mountain bandits, I think, but yeah, other than that, we just have to judge these leaders based on existing cards that are in already printed sets. And yeah, as you can see here, there's 4 red leaders, so that's gonna be really interesting. We'll just take the first one here. So it's Monkey D. Luffy. It's a red-green leader. So his leader ability reads Dawn ×1 on your opponent's attack. If you have 5 or less active Dawn cards on your field, you can rest any number of your active Dawn cards. Up to one of your leader or characters, Straw Hat Crew type characters, get plus 2k power for each Dawn that was rested by this effect. Okay, so it's like a free 2k counter, and it's not once per turn. So on any of your opponent's attacks, you can use this. So that's pretty flexible in that regard. You do need a Dawn attached on your leader though. So there are actually a lot of green cards now that untap your Dawn. And I think they're all Supernova? Let's verify. So green, red, and green Supernovas. I know there's some events from like OP01. Was it OP01? Oh no, it's from the starter deck. So like Scalpel can counter for 2k for 2 Dawn, and then give you a Dawn up to counter for 2k again with your leader ability. I believe Repel does something similar, yeah. But I don't know if that is worth it. You do get extra 2k with the mileage on this, but what else would be good? So stuff like Uruj, right, gives you an active Dawn at the end of the turn. Bonnie is not the only deck that can utilize the active Dawn now, right? This Luffy seems to use it not as well, right? Resting a character is way better than just giving plus 2k, but you can do it multiple times. So Uruj gives you at least 1 Dawn for the turn. Who else? Cavendish, right? Where is he at? Cavendish gives you 2 Dawn on the turn that you play him, and then every subsequent turn that you attack with them gives you Dawn. I remember there was like a Bonnie card that gave you Dawn, right? Oh yeah, PRB02 Bonnie. On your opponent's attack gives you a Dawn, and she's a blocker, so that's one option too. And then, wasn't there like a secret rare Bonnie? Here she is. If you have 8 or more rested cards, draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from your hand and set up to one of your Dawn is active. So a bunch of ways to actually get that plus 2k from your leader ability, right? Now, whether this is a cohesive package for the deck, we'll just have to see. I do kind of feel like the deck is susceptible to removal unless you're running all like the usual suspects like Tashigi and Rosinante, so maybe those are like kind of required for the deck. But yeah, other than that, I'm pretty sure they're going to print more support for this particular leader in the set itself too. But the thing is, anything they print for this leader might just be like a buff for like Bonnie or Green Yellow Law, so it would have to be on the red side of the Straw Hats. But yeah, I think I'm kind of feeling lukewarm on this leader for now until they reveal something pretty broken for it. Oops, this is me after recording footage. I completely forgot Mihawk is a thing, right? It gives your leader 4 Dawn to work with. That's 8k counter for Red Green Luffy, so I just want to add this in real quick. I didn't forget him, okay? Up next we have Ace. So Ace here is a 6k base leader but 3 life. Okay, so one of those. On your opponent's attack once per turn, you may trash 1 card from your hand. Give it to one of your opponent's leaders or characters minus 2k power during this battle. Then Dawn ×1 once per turn when you receive damage or your characters with 6000 base power or more is KO, draw 1 card. Oh, okay, that's a lot of value, and then you get a free 2k counter every turn, right? And well, not free, but any card in your hand can become a 2k counter, so you're less punished for running bricks. It's kind of like Blue Yellow Nami in that regard, right? This one kind of has the same effect, but you do need Dawn attached. And then Ace also draws cards kind of like this Nami too, right? It's like a new version of Nami, maybe in red blue. Red does give it access to like a lot better late game, I feel. And since it's a Whitebeard Pirates type card, we just have to assume that the Whitebeard Pirate support is going to be the best for the deck. So what is in here? So this Ace is probably good, right? Because you get rush and minus 3k to 2 things. That's insanely good actually. And then Izo as a searcher, and then there's a sticky ace character. Where's he at? This one here from starter deck 15, right? He gets rush, and then if he would be removed by an effect, he gets minus 2k power instead. So I would assume he's run. We also get starter deck 22. There's a bunch of wiper support there. You have another searcher here, that second Izo. So you have dual searchers, both the same guy. Anything else? Maybe the Odin would be nice, right? It's another sticky character along with your ace. And then you have a bunch of 2k options that can fulfill any kind of niche, and a 1-cost blocker, so that's going to be run. Whitey Bay 2. And I wonder if it would be like a removal based deck, just because you have access to like ace to get minus 3k to stuff. Oh, but being an ace leader, you also have access to freaking Flame Emperor, right? If your leader's ace, you can KO an 8k power and then give your leader double attack and plus 3k. That actually makes your leader a 9k base. So that's insanely strong, right? 9k double attack, plus you get rid of like their 8-cost Katakuri or something, or 8k power is quite high. And then, so when any of your 6k or more characters die, so you're going to play a bunch of 6ks, right? If ace dies, if this ace dies or this Odin dies, you draw a card. What else? Marco maybe? So a lot of interesting options, but like Whitebeard Pirates type leaders have always been red and blue, so all the support is like, there's a bunch of support to pull from different starter decks, from different OP sets as well. So maybe this ace might not even get any support in the set, just because there's so many cards for this archetype already printed. Would you run the Newgate? It makes your leader 8k base. Are there any ace specific cards? I remember there were, right? There's like an ace searcher. Where is he at? Okay, if I look for Port Gas, yeah, Mass Deuce is a 3rd searcher for an ace deck, but it only finds ace characters and events, so maybe not. What else? Moda is a 2k for ace. Oh, there's a Yamato card. Oh, this would be pretty nice, right? You can give a Resident to your leader, and then this Yamato gains a rush. So it's like 7/7 on the turn that you play Yamato. That's actually really good. Okay, so this Yamato getting more value out of an Odin deck, outside of an Odin deck. I mean, do any of these aces do anything? Not really. So yeah, he has a plethora of good support already. Whether it's a top meta deck, I don't know. The fact that you're drawing cards when stuff dies is good, since you're a 3-life leader, so you get a lot of value to like just live, and just being a 6k base is really tanky. So it could be, potentially, right? I have high hopes for this leader. And then we have Roger. So Roger, a lot of people are misreading what his leader ability does, so I'm just gonna explain it in this video so you guys know, because I think like a early mistranslation got like circulated around, or people just like kind of misunderstood. So, but I could kind of read the Japanese, and I translated it, and it kind of matches this fan translation too, so I do trust this one. So it reads, if you have any DON cards on your field, give 1 DON card that would be added during your DON phase to your leader. Then if you have 9 or less DON cards on your field, give this leader minus 2,000 power. So funny thing, I kind of jokingly said like, oh, this guy's probably just going to give himself minus 2,000 power as a leader ability, and it turned out to be the case. And then here on screen is like the translation that I went over. I broke down each piece of the first part of the leader ability. So yeah, you can play 10 drops. A lot of people are saying that like, since you have to always put it on your leader, that means you're like forced to only play 9 drops. That's only until you get to your 10 DON turn. If you start the turn with 10 DON before your DON phase, you don't actually have to add a DON to your leader, right? Because at that point, there's no DON to play out from your DON deck, so you don't have to attach. So that's when you can play 10 drops actually. So just for clarification's sake, I've been getting like questions about it. Like I posted like a sample deck list, and everyone's saying like, why are you running 10 cards? You can't even play them. You can play them once and for all. Please stop misinterpreting the translation. It's just that you cannot play it on the turn that you're going from 8 to 10 DON or 9 to 10 DON, right? On that turn, you do have to put a DON on your leader, but after you're already at 10, then you're good. But if you DON minus after that point, then yeah, on the next turn when you have to like add a DON from your DON deck to your field, you do have to attach it to your leader again. So DON minusing effects after you're already at 10 can be detrimental for this leader. But yeah, he's a 7k base when you're at 9 DON. So that is insane in and of itself. This is a very, very tanky deck, right? Just not for the first few turns of the game, but you're a 5-life leader, so you're good to tank those hits. That means it's pretty much safe to ramp, right? For Blue Purple Luffy, his weakness is that even though he's a tanky leader and he gets extra cards at the late game, if you kill him before he gets to that point, like he's really vulnerable for the first like 3 to 4 turns of the game. This Roger has a life to spare, and then he can just safely get to 10 DON, and then from that point on, it's going to be really hard to attack into him. So I would have to assume it's going to be a ramp deck just because he's red and purple. So you'll run stuff like Mr. 2, right? And then I'll see a lot of people considering Jack because it's something you can play on 3 to ramp. But there's also like To Die For, that's a 3-cost ramp option. And then you'll run like Double Finger as a 2k counter ramp option. And then for late game, I think Newgate would be pretty devastating in this particular deck. Let me bring the leader into the deck list too. So yeah, 7k base, Newgate makes it a 9k base actually. So it's back to the black yellow Luffy days. It was already hard enough to kill that deck, but this deck doesn't have to be at 0 life to use his effect, right? He can just get it once he gets to 10 DON, which is usually by like your 4th turn. And then I think Shanks would be good in this deck too. Give everything minus 1k power, you're a 7k base in the late game, so it's going to be even harder for any characters to attack into you. So that makes complete sense to me. Maybe like a Roger, just for like a finishing tool, would be good in the deck. Thematic too, because it's a Gold D Roger leader, so you might as well have the Gold D Roger character too. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna print Gold D Roger or Roger like support in the deck, right? Like Roger Searchers. I think there's a couple cards already. Like this Shanks can give another character rush with the Roger Pirates type, and then this one Buggy gives a blocker. I think that's about it for usable ones. Yeah, Rayleighs are like former Roger Pirates. Not this one though. Maybe this will be used. We'll add it to the deck. But yeah, another red purple ramp deck. I don't know if we're tired of ramp decks by now, but this one seems to be trending towards that kind of playstyle. And as we mentioned, like if you play cards that make you minus DON like this Lunlin, you better have a way to ramp the DON back on your turn before it reaches your next turn. So I guess in that regard, Katakuri would make sense, right? You get the rested DON at the end of your turn. You just have to get it before the start of your next turn. But I kind of err on the side of not running Katakuri in this deck, just because like Katakuri does provide you a lot of defensive prowess, right? Just being an AK blocker that you can get access to every turn. But you're already a 7k base in the late game, so I'm wondering if you really need Katakuri and if you would rather not want to play like a Newgate to make yourself even more harder to attack into, or like just better, more impactful late game cards that just affect the board on the turn you play it. That's my stance on it, at least. And then one thing that would be interesting that I maybe thought might be viable is that there are a lot of events that like make you ramp. So it's to die for, God Thread, Lead Performer, Disasters is another one too. What else? Oh, of course you're gonna need defensive events too, right? So like Divine Departure maybe. So stuff like this. We don't have access to Gungam Giant, but I think you're gonna need some combination of events in the deck. I'm wondering if the Don Quixote Pirates package would be good in this deck. Right, because we have the Doflamingo here that can cheat the Rosinante out, and Rosinante can make you in the late game like reuse some of your events. Right, you can trash an event here, like a late game it's to die for, does nothing for you. Get rid of it, draw 2 cards, and at the end of your turn you get 2 DON is active, so you can use it for like Divine Departure, or I think one card that I thought would be cool would be like Glorp Web. Right, it's not Roger or anything searchable in the deck type card, but it gives your leader plus 2k power during this battle. And then if your opponent has a character with 6,000 power or more, you can give one of your leaders plus 1k power for the whole turn. So it makes your leader an 8k base. If you can stop one attack with the 2k, and then like every subsequent attack, it's even harder to attack into you. So that could be an option. Just if you're going to play an event focused kind of deck, right? This would be a good event to try out. What else is good about the Don Quixote Pirates package? So there's a PRB02 card, this Doflamingo. Because yeah, as we mentioned, DON minus effects are detrimental for us, but if you have an active DON, this Doflamingo actually ramps that DON back. But if you don't have the Rosinante to give you that active DON at the end of the turn, because that's what his end of turn effect is, there's also this new Doflamingo blocker that you can cheat out with that other Doflamingo, right? This ramps you a rested DON from your DON deck. So it essentially makes this a net neutral 8-drop play, whether you're playing Rosinante and then whether you're playing Doflamingo or not. And this one's a blocker too, so it's pretty nice. You have 2 options now. Then of course, I think Kid would be maybe considered. It's the fact that you have to minus a DON, so if you're not running 8-cost Katakuri, you're like cucking yourself out of playing 10 drops. So if you're playing 7-cost Kid, you're probably not going to play like the Shanks. So you kind of have to pick one, but this Kid would make your leader an AK base as well. I think that's about all I have to say about Roger. Who else is there? Okay, Sabo. Sabo is really interesting actually. So he's a Rev Army Dressrosa type leader. So if you have 4 or more life cards, give this leader minus 1000 power. And then DON times 1, if you have a character with the cost of 8 or more, all of your characters and leaders get plus 1000 power. So yeah, for the first probably 2 turns of the game, since you're a 5 life leader, it's going to be hard to attack into your opponent. You're going to be 4000 power until that point, right? It's when you're at 3 life where you go back to normal. That's kind of mitigated by the fact that a lot of the Rev Army package in OP12 has like extra cost added to their cards, right? Cards like I think Karasu would be good to run. He's an 8-cost on board if your leader is a Rev Army type, which we are. Hack is probably like the best card to play on your 4 DON turn, and one of the best activators for the deck, because he's a blocker, has 8 costs, and then if he dies, you can KO one of your opponent's characters with an original cost of 4. So they can't even like play around it with the cost addition. And then there's a 2k counter that you can flexibly run to, right? If you need the activator for your leader ability, you just play him out instead of using him as a 2k. And then we get access to Dragon because we're a Rev Army type deck, so we have a lot of Rev Army cards in our discard to use. It's basically like Gecko Moria again, so in case you guys don't know what he does, if you play him out, if you return 3 Rev Army type cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order, you can play a character with a cost of 6 or less from your trash if you're a Rev Army type leader. So yeah, the best combos with this would be, I would say this 5 cost Ivankov. Where is he at? Not him, he's a 4 cost. Here he is. From OP06. Right, it lets you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and then you can play a Rev Army type card with the power of 5,000 or less from that search. So you're able to play 3 bodies, right? 8 costs for this guy, play him out from trash, and then you'll play a 5k, which can be like either of these two, right? Morley or Hack, or a lot of people are saying that Karasu would be good, right? Because on play, if you're a Rev Army type leader, you get minus 1k power to a character or leader. So it makes your leader like a 4k base potentially, or we've been seeing a lot of leaders be 6k bases, so this can like turn them back into 5ks. Now the kind of awkward part is that you kind of need DON on your leader to get access to that second effect. So a lot of these things you can't play on curve, but it does make the Sabo a 6k base leader in the late game, so that's also really strong as well. And then I do believe there's like a koala. Yeah, there's a 1-drop koala from, it's a promo card that gives DON. You can shuffle DON around, so if you can get this out early and protect it, you always have access to your leader ability this way. And then one cheeky thing that I kind of want to utilize in the deck is to play Sanji. So this Sanji, if you have a character with a cost of 6 or more on board, you can KO a 5 cost. On like your 4 DON turn, you play a Hack. On your 6 DON turn, you can play the Sanji actually and still put DON on your leader to get plus 1k power. Right, I feel like that's a pretty nice curve. So you'll pop whatever 5-drop they played, you have a blocker out, and then your leader probably will be a 5k attack because you still have to get minus 1k from the first part of your leader ability. And then in the late game, you can play Dragon, and you can even play the Sanji out with the Dragon. So you get an 8k and then a 6k, and you pop a 5-drop that way. Right? Even if you have no other characters on board, the Dragon meets that 6 cost or more requirement for the Sanji. So I like that combo. The only issue is that there's no searcher for the Sanji. Right? Because in this deck, there's like 12 Revolutionary Army type searchers you can run. There's this Bello Betty, there's a Koala from OP12, and of course you have the event, like Captain's Assemble, and then there's also the stage. The stage helps you cycle out cards as well. Sanji being uninteractable by any of these could be like a detriment, but I don't know. I really like the Dragon into Sanji play, or like Hack into Sanji on your 6th on turn, seems really strong too. But there's also a PRB02 Sabo 2k counter. So if you have 15 or more cards in your trash, you can give this minus 3 cost in your hand. So it's a 3 cost 6k, 2k counter, blocker, really versatile card. I think like with the amount of ways that we can discard cards like the Koala and then the Captain's Assemble, you can fill your discard pretty easily. Also the stage 2, 1 card a turn. So yeah, I think Sabo might actually be like one of the more interesting ones. Oh yeah, the 8 cost Red Dragon also works, right? It gives DON to your leader. So your leader can be a 7k swing. No, it would be 8k, right? Because you get plus 1k with the DON times 1. In the late game, that is, if you're at 3 or less life. So you have 8k on leader and then 8k on this Dragon, 9k on the Dragon, and then you're 6k base on your opponent's turn. Seems pretty good to me. But yeah, those are the kind of crazy shenanigans you can do with red and black now with the Rev Army type. We just needed a leader to unify that color combination together, and I think this Sabo is a lot better than the other red-black Sabo, this one here. Right, this one's more defensive, but I do like the newer Sabo, just because you can be offensive and defensive with the deck. So could be potentially a meta deck. I have high hopes for this deck. And I always like this color combination. I just wish it was good in One Piece, because it's good in like Magic, but not here. Lastly, we have Bonnie. So Bonnie is a egghead leader. So 5,000 power, mono yellow, the only non-red leader so far. Emu could be non-red too, but we don't know for now. But 5 life. On your turn, once per turn, this effect can be activated when you play a character with trigger. Give up to 2 rested DON cards to your leader or one of your characters. So that makes me think of playing it really aggressively. There's actually a lot of good cards that like require you to discard a trigger card. I don't know if that's gonna make your hand size too small, but where are they at? Oh, so just while we're scrolling down, I think Onami is like an auto include in this deck, right? It's 2 DON to play it out. You can give your leader banish, and then the leader ability activates, giving that 2 DON that you use to play for this Onami to put it on your leader. So it's essentially like a free Onami, right? 7k banish hit because of the 2 DON. It gets recycled because the Onami does have trigger, and it's a nice card to trigger out too. It kills a 5-drop. What else? Neko? Neko could be good in that like the 2 DON that you use when you play another trigger character can be put on this Neko to attack an active character, and he triggers out himself. Probably Kikunojo too, but can't utilize the attached DON as well as Nekomamushi, but just a stronger card in general. Inu could be an option, but compared to Neko, he's a lot more finicky. There's an Egghead 2k counter you can use, right? It's just 1 DON for this guy. Makes your leader a 7k base potentially. The Vegapunk cards are not usable because you need to be a Vegapunk leader. Okay, Frankie, probably no-brainer to include, right? It's a character you can play, it's a trigger, it's a 2k counter. Here she is, Nami. So if you play her out, if you trash a card with trigger, you can pop a 5-drop and draw a card if you had 3 or less cards in hand. So that's a way to pop a 5-drop and then attack with your leader for 7 on your 5 DON turn. The Seraphims might be good, the less Seraphims. So S-Snake is a good stalling tool, and then it lets you attack aggressively too while keeping your opponent from attacking you back. S-Snake might be more relevant than ever just because we've seen recently in all the Japan Championship series for OP12, they're all like green slash base decks. This S-Hawk is immune to slash if you're at less life than your opponent, that is. And then you do need to attach DON to him, but that's where the leader ability comes into play, right? You get 2 rested DON that you could always put on this S-Hawk. It becomes like a 9k attack. What else? You could run Robin, I guess. But I feel like I wouldn't run it. I don't know, maybe. Because there's not really too many good things to trigger with it. 3 drops that you can play from your hand. And then if your opponent is already less than 3 life, then she doesn't really do anything for you. Oh yeah, there's a new Boa from PRB02, which would be really good. So if you discard a card with trigger, one of your opponent's rested characters or leaders can't attack. And then on trigger, you can KO a 4-drop, right? So kind of same with this Boa, it negates something from attacking you. But this can work on leaders too, but they have to be rested. And then Brûlé blockers would be good too, right? Just a way to trigger a blocker to save your ass or just use it. Like if you play Brûlé, you get 2 DON back. It's like a 1-drop blocker in this kind of deck. I think those are all the cards that stand out to me. Is this Otama good for the deck? It does have trigger. It's a 2k counter, so you guess you could run it. It just makes your leader plus 1k more power than you would spend DON for. And then 2 of that DON you can move around too. So if you put it on your leader, what is this? Plus 5k for 2 DON, which is not bad at all. Maybe Otama would be run then. Oh, there's a what's a Bonnie Egghead character. Is it this one? No. Where's she at? This one here. Can't believe I scrolled over her. Of course, this will be run in the deck. So it utilizes the rested DON, right? Because you have 1 DON attached, and then if your opponent like takes a life, you draw 2 cards and trash a card from your hand, so you draw a card, plus 1 in-card advantage. So that's obviously good synergy with the leader. I'm gonna have to assume they're gonna print more Egghead support, just because a lot of the current Egghead cards kind of suck. Here, I'll filter for Egghead, right? Like, they don't do anything, they only have triggers. This Jinbei, this Chopper, this Robin. Luffy does something. I don't know if you'll run it in the deck. 4-drops aren't really like the sweet spot anymore. It's like 5 right now that you need to hit. But if they print it better, like Straw Hat, or just any Egghead type card, maybe Lilith could be an option, because you could have a searcher for the deck. Yeah, even Zora does nothing. So yeah, kind of unfortunate, but I guess it's worth it because we get like the 5-cost Nami that's like insanely good for the deck. And I think that's about it. That's all I got to show off. But yeah, that'll be it for the video of the currently revealed OP13 leaders. We're gonna have to see what they cook up for Emu. Emu is gonna be really interesting, and if they're gonna print like the 5 elders as an archetype, right? Because they've shown Saturn. I guess they can only really use Saturn, and then who's the centaur guy? I forgot all their names. Oh no, wait, they showed every elder and what their devil fruit power is. So maybe they will make them into character cards. The Holy Knights would be cool too, but I don't know if the anime's gotten to that part yet. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe OP14 Shamrock leader. But yeah, until then, it's probably spoilers. But I just said a name. You guys don't know what he does, right? So yeah, what leaders am I most excited for at the moment? Probably Roger and Sabo. These two are in my list of leaders I would be interested in for now, until they print more support or reveal more support, and then maybe things will change. I really don't think they're going to print any more support for Ace, right? He's just going to use all the existing cards. Luffy, maybe. But what they've revealed so far is a bunch of like Mountain Bandit cards, which are like kind of for Zoro, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, probably these two. Maybe Sabo more than Roger, just because I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be playing Roger, and I don't really like playing the deck that everyone else is playing. So maybe Sabo for me. And then interested to see what Bunny is going to get from OP13 to support the deck. But yeah, that's going to be it for now. Let me know what you guys thought of OP13 or any of these leaders, ones that you guys are going to switch to. And if I missed any synergies too, let me know in the comments below. Again, as of it's July 12th, there's barely any OP13 cards revealed, so I have to base it on only currently existing support. So do keep that in mind when you're commenting, if you're watching this like 2 weeks later or something. But yeah, I guess that'll be it for now. So subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And check out my deck builder. I have all of PRB02 in there, and then plus these 5 OP13 liters in case you guys want to brew early. That's there for you guys. And I guess I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.
Car D Kaizoku.